Very good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss quadrilaterals chapter exercise 8.1 11th question. So the question is, in triangle ABC and triangle DEF, there are two triangles ABC and DEF in which AB is equals to DE and AB is parallel to DE, BC is equals to EF, BC is parallel to EF. We are joining vertices ABC to DEF respectively. So here are the 5 different proofs that we have 6 different proofs we need to prove. So let us start doing the answer. So first let me write given. So given AB is equals to DE and AB is parallel to DE, BC is equals to EF and BC is parallel to EF. So this is the first one. So we have to prove totally 6 different proofs we have. So all the 6 we need to write first. All the 6. Third one, fourth one, fifth and sixth. So let us start doing the proof. So the first one is quadrilateral ABED. I can call a quadrilateral as a parallelogram if one pair of opposite sides is parallel and equal. Actually 2 pairs we can prove. If one pair is parallel and equal also it is a parallelogram. Now if you have first proof, in quadrilateral ABED. So if I see quadrilateral ABED, so it is there that AB is parallel to DE and AB is equals to DE. So by seeing this we can say directly that therefore ABED is a parallelogram. Because in this one pair of opposite sides is parallel as well as equal. So we can call it as a parallelogram. Now second, in quadrilateral BEFC, so BEFC, BC is equals to EF and BC is parallel to EF. So we can say that therefore BEFC is a parallelogram. BEFC is a parallelogram. Coming to the third proof, AD is parallel to CF and AD is equals to CF. So from 1 and 2, so in the first one we have proven that ABED is a parallelogram, and in second we have proved BCEF is a parallelogram. So if these two are parallelograms, then we need to prove that AD is parallel to CF. So if here, so this is 1, this is 2, so from 1 and 2, so from 1 and 2 we can say that AD is parallel to CF and AD is equals to CF. AD is parallel to CF and AD is equals to CF. Next, let us do the fourth proof. We have to show ADCF is a parallelogram. In quadrilateral, fourth proof, in quadrilateral ACFD, so AD is equals to CF and AD is parallel to CF. Therefore, we can call ACFD is a parallelogram. So this is the fourth proof. AC is equals to DF. So fifth one, in parallelogram ACFD. So if it is a parallelogram, means two pairs of opposite sides are parallel and equal. So we can write AC is equals to DF. Because they are parallelogram, so two pairs are opposite sides are parallel and equal. So coming to the sixth one, so we need to show that triangle ABC and triangle DEF. So observe these two triangles. So AB is equals to DE, BC is equals to EF, and AC is equals to DF. So according to SSS congruency criteria, we can say that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DF. We can say that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DF. So let me write here, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. Next, let us look the next question. So next exercise 8.1 12th question, in which ABCD is a trapezium. AB is parallel to CD as well as AD is equals to BC. So these two are equal. So show that we need to show all these proofs. So let us start doing the word solution. So given ABCD is a trapezium. So ABCD is a trapezium. So we can write AB is parallel to CD, and it is also given that AD is equals to BC. So this is given statement. So to prove, so we have all the four statements that we can mention in the proof. So we have the construction here. So extend AB to E and draw a line and join CE in a way to parallel to AD. So we need to join CE in such a way that it should be parallel to AD. So let us start doing the proof. So first, here AB is parallel to DC and AD is parallel to CE. So we can call AECD is a parallelogram. It is a parallelogram. So in which adjacent angles will be 180 degrees. So we can mention here angle A plus angle E is equals to 180 degrees. Keep it as first equation. So next, if you observe here, I can write angle B plus angle CBE is equals to 180 degrees. Angles on a line. Now, if you observe here, AD is equals to BC, but we have AD is equals to CE. It means that BC is equals to CE. So these two are equal. So it means that we can write in place of angle B plus in place of angle CBE, I can write angle CEB is equals to 180 degrees. So in place of, I can write like this, angle B plus angle E is equals to 180 degrees. So keep it as second equation. So from 1 and 2, angle A plus angle E is equals to angle B plus angle E. Angle E, angle E gets cancelled. Angle A is equals to angle B, which is the first proof. Next, in order to prove the second proof, so second, angle A plus angle D is equals to 180 degrees, and angle A plus angle so we can write here angle B plus angle C is equals to 180. These are nothing but consecutive interior angles. So first, second, from 1 and 2, we can say that angle A plus angle D is equals to angle B plus angle C. So angle A and angle B both are equal. So I can write angle D is equals to angle C, which is second proof. So third one, in triangle ABC and triangle BAD. So if you observe these two triangles in triangle ABC and triangle BAD, in triangle ABC and triangle BAD, if you observe these two triangles ABC and BAD, AB is equals to AB, which is common side, and AB is equals to CD, and here angle A is equals to angle B. So this is also side and this is angle. So according to side angle side congruency criteria, we can say that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle BAD. If these two triangles are congruent according to CPCD, we can say that AC is equals to BD. We can say directly that CPCD AC is equals to BD. Next we have midpoint theorem. So one important note about the midpoint theorem. So the theorem states that in a triangle ABC, let us take the triangle ABC, in which D and E are the midpoints. D is the midpoint and E is the midpoint. So according to the midpoint theorem, we can say that DE will be parallel to BC, as well as DE length will be half of BC. So if a line is drawn parallel to the one side of a triangle, then it will be the 2 points, we can call it as a midpoint, or else if we are joining the midpoints of any two sides of a triangle, then it will be parallel to the third side and it will be half of it. So this is midpoint theorem. It may be for this also. For example, if we are considering this F, so DF will be parallel to AC, DF will be half of AC. If you are considering this EF, EF will be parallel to AB, EF will be half of AB. So let me write here. So DF is parallel to AC and DF will be half of AC, and EF will be parallel to AB and EF will be half of AB. Take a question on this midpoint theorem. So let us take exercise 8.2. First question. Now the question is exercise 8.2. First question. ABCD is a quadrilateral in which PQRS are the midpoints of sides AB, BC, CD and DA respectively. So AC is a diagonal. So show that we need to show SR is parallel to AC and SR is half of AC. PQ equals to SR, PQRS is a parallelogram. So let us start doing the answer. So word solution. So first let us write given. So what is given in this? These are the midpoints. So P, Q, R, S are midpoints. So to prove we need to mention all these three. We have to write. Let us start the proof. So in triangle ABC, P and Q are midpoints. So P and Q are midpoints. So PQ will be parallel to AC and PQ will be half of AC. Keep this as first equation. Next, coming to second triangle, in triangle ADC, S and R are the midpoints. So we can say that SR is parallel to AC and SR is half of AC. We can mark this as second. So from 1 and 2, we can write that PQ is parallel to SR is parallel to AC. And we can write PQ is equals to SR. So first proof already over. Here is the second proof. Now third one. In quadrilateral, PQRS, PQ is equals to SR and PQ is parallel to SR. Therefore PQRS is a parallelogram.